What's up, friends? I'll just share the screen. I made this or wrote this blog post last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago, and yeah, somebody asked me about using their Zorm library, and I've seen libraries like this that use Zod schemas for forms and stuff. And it's interesting, but my concern has always been the client bundle size out of Zod. So if you ship Zod to the client, it just kind of feels like that's going to be a bit of a bundle increase. And I knew it was 11 kilobytes gzipped, but when Colin brought it up, Colin's the creator of Zod, it just made me think, like maybe that's actually not all that bad. I mean, it's no Preact or anything, but for the amount of value that you can get out of that, it seems like a pretty okay idea. So I want to reevaluate it in the context of Rocket Rental and just see what that looks like. In particular, partially because the Remix Validity State library just doesn't seem to be a huge, it feels like Matt is really busy and I don't have time to contribute back to this either. And so, yeah, there are quite a few issues, like pretty significant issues here. And it just doesn't seem like Matt has the time to really work on this very heavily. And so there are some really cool things about this, but at the same time, I think that I can get even more type safety and cool stuff with something like Zorm, whether it's Zorm specifically or something else. And then also, there was somebody else who replied on this that was, now it's going to be basically impossible to find it. But yeah, I asked about internationalization. They had a suggestion for that because we are going to be doing internationalization in Rocket Rental. No, that wasn't it. Let me see if I can find them. Oh, whoops. Hard that. Forgot. Sometimes I don't see notifications, and I notice that sometimes when I'm going through old tweets, like I don't remember seeing that. Thank you for building the cool stuff you're working on. I think it's great. And actually, I'm thinking about using one of those things that he's working on as well for some extra type safety, which would be cool. Okay, let's see. Where was it? It was a bit of a thread. Yeah, shoot. Yeah, sorry, I can't mention everything under the sun. No. Well, rats. Here. Maybe I'll find it with this. Yeah, this guy. All right. And it was on a different thread, so that's why I couldn't find it. Oh my goodness, watch this. This is the coolest thing. That's in my server-side code. My UI code totally updates type checks across that network chasm right there. Man, that's amazing. Okay, so this is what I was looking at. Tell Zod, a Zod schema to implement a Prisma model. Now everything connected from the form to input. So yeah, this is interesting. So this implement type and this implement function says, here's my the user model. This would come from Prisma, for example. And then you'd use the implement function. I'm not sure what that dot with is all about. Yeah, I might write that differently. Why do you need a dot with? Yeah. Anyway, with this schema, and that gives you back z to object schema. Yeah, because every model is going to be an object. That makes sense. And so now you have your user model schema. Yep. And then, and what's cool about this is that I could take a string field and have it be an enum everywhere the user model schema is used, which is pretty neat. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, we'll look at that. What in the world? Oh, right. It took me a second, but this was for internationalization. So we've got the object, password, string, refine, message, password, continuation, number missing. Yeah, cool. Error message, da-da-da-da-da. Language, use translations. What's that come from? I18N. Yeah. Zod issue. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I think that makes sense. So here he just has it be a bunch of functions. Yeah, I'll have to investigate that further, but it looks like it's possible, so that's good. Yeah, and I'm not sure I'm totally in on that piece, so let's just look into Zorm and try it out for our login and see what that does for us. So, well, let me evaluate here first really quick. So use Zorm, we have our schema. I do like the schema here. See, the one thing that would be nice and that I get from Remix Validity State is, see, this field is required. That's the default. And so it would be cool to get a required prop on the input here. And that's the thing I really like about Remix Validity State. And also min and max and all of that stuff too. Let me see. Thoughts on HTML attributes utility. I would love it if this library had some utility to take, or that allows me to take a schema or to pass a schema and get back any possible relevant HTML validation attributes. For example, let's take their example here. like maybe actually it would be, let's do this. Just do a diff. Taking the example on the README. Actually, it would just be minus, whoops, minus, and this would be plus. I just realized I forgot centered. How am I ever going to remember to take breaks? Good grief. I just noticed some comments in Discord. Conform, yes, I have seen this one also. Okay, I like that, the constraint validation. And there is a Zod, okay. Interesting. Okay, now this looks very interesting. Let me just finish this. Fields, name, get props. Just an idea. That way we can get some sweet progressive enhancement going on. Okay, just see what they have to say about that. Let's take a look. Hey there. Oh, what's up? Thank you for joining. Yeah, so I am still looking, but I'm also very interested in this conform guide. The primary thing that I'm interested in is trying to see whether I want to have Zod participate in my forms. And so now I'm just kind of evaluating different APIs for that. And one thing for me is using native HTML stuff. Oh, 1 second, I gotta look at this. Oh, okay, good. All set then. Okay, so let's see. Well, let me finish evaluating this. So that bit to me is confusing, the name errored. So that's on Code Sandbox. Let's see what that ends up doing. Errored. Oh, I see. So this errors.name, it was basically if there's an error in the name field, then this is what the class name should be. Okay. I see. So basically, if there's an error in this field, then return whatever I provide. If I provide a function, then I want you to return what I return from that function. That's what that is. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Fields.name, that just returns the name of the field. Yeah, nested data is an interesting one. And arrays of data, yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's cool you thought about that. We've got parse form. Yeah, okay. So my action has issues. We send back the issues to array. Yep, that's good. And then up here we have our form response, server issues, custom issues, pass issues, and we'll handle them. Yeah, I wonder if you can, if you could update this, remove the action function and change this to use action args for that argument, and then try to do a type of action right here, and you should get autocomplete or type safety without having to do this manual type, hopefully. You may need an as const on this and on that and this. You wouldn't need this form response thing either. I'm not sure if you'd need the as const, but you might. So the thing I'm unsure about is whether TypeScript would know about this issues.email thing. Oh no, I guess we have Zod issue. Yeah. Yeah, okay, something to play with. Okay. Yeah, if TypeScript can follow that, that's impressive. That's very cool. Okay, cool. So, using input values during rendering, use value. Yeah, that's cool. Good, good. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, good call. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yep. Boy, you've thought about it a lot. React Select doesn't render an input? You gotta be joking. Wait, what a shame. I mean, for this one, that actually kind of makes sense. Because there's, like, what would your input have as its value, right? So, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I can't remember. In Downshift, we had an example of multi-select, and I can't remember. We definitely render an input for this part, and I'm guessing they render an input for that part too. Somewhere there's got to be an input for the typing, maybe. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so we did the same thing. Boy, that's super annoying. Which makes sense. So yeah, I guess it makes sense that you would have to do this hidden input and say value, sync values. Values would be in state. Yep, makes total sense. And author, I don't think that I'm gonna say your name right, but Isamati. Another way to handle non-input rendering components is the form data event. Form data event is pretty sweet with React Swarm. You can use it to inject external state to the form data object. Okay, yeah, I think that makes sense. Oh, interesting. Hold on a second. Form data event? Whoa. Huh. So basically on submit. Interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting. Today I learned. Okay, how to validate dependent fields. Oh, let's take a look at this tweet. Yeah, and then that would be a refine thing. Errors message. So how do we... I should probably sign in. Sign in. Okay, I'm confused about this a bit. So, let's see. Errors dot password one. Yeah, okay. So I can get all of the errors, or I can, yeah, okay, that makes sense. But there was zo.errors.message. Interesting. What if there are more than one error? There is more than one error. What does message mean in that situation? Oh, I lost Discord. You're probably trying to talk to me. There we go. Yeah, so that's a question I've got is this dot message. What if I have more than one error message? What does that mean? Transform. Oh, okay, cool. That's a good idea. Other errors are on the fields. Okay, so I see. So we're saying that refine. Oh, okay, yeah. Refine is going to be, and I can do, but I can do multiple refines. I could say return values.password1. Whoops. Not equal or includes H. I don't know. So I don't know, just random thing. Passwords need H. Right, so then I don't want to save because I don't want to fork it. Good grief. Yeah, so now we have two issues. And it looks like it only shows the first one, which is probably fine. But that might be something to look into supporting, unless I'm missing something. Okay, well, whoops. Checkboxes, server-side validation. That's actually, this is a good question. This is really annoying. Number fields too. String. It's got to be optional. And then transform it to Boolean. Okay, this is cool. I think I want to take a look now. Oh, I gotta mention. Oh, hello. Nice. Okay. Let's take a look at this now. So I've got my schema. I have to wrap it in resolve, which is probably fine. Hold on a second. I opened up centered, but I never actually started it. Good grief. I do this a lot. Evaluate form libs. we're gonna spend another hour on this, probably spend 2 hours if we're being honest, because I've got to like try it out and implement it and stuff. Okay, there we go, starting. So we've got nested, that's good. Here, let's go with basics first. Peanut butter props. You spread the props. So here's the problem with peanut butter props. If I wanted to specify my own ref, I'm assuming that form.ref, that's gonna, I'm guessing that they're adding a ref onto the form. So if I wanted to put my own ref onto the form, how do I do that? In a way that doesn't break if you decide to change the name of your ref or whatever, or remove the ref altogether or something. It's just kind of annoying. Or maybe they have like an onsubmit. Yeah, they clearly have an onsubmit. What if I wanted, I don't know, had my own onsubmit or whatever? That's just the fundamental problem with peanut butter props. That's why we do prop getters. And I called this prop collections, but Ryan called it peanut butter props, and I think that it's a better name. So, okay. Anyway, we've got email error, password error. Hold on a second. Where'd this form data come from? I think they deleted that line, maybe. Okay. Zorm helps with type safe creation too. Many just handle the validation. So that's interesting. How does it help with type safe form creation? Is it because it allows me to pass the name, I guess? That's the only thing it helps me with, right? It's not going to help with anything else? Is that what you mean, or could you elaborate on what you mean by that? Because that's interesting. Okay, yeah, so that's all just validation, as you were saying, actually. Try to break a form. Okay. Here's a code sandbox. Come on, code sandbox, you can do it. There we go. Okay, so I want to break a form. I just don't render a name and do name whatever. I mean, that should be a way to break the form, but that's probably not a very likely case where I could break that form. What if I say type as number? Yeah, that form's busted. I think I might be misunderstanding. Oh, make a change to a schema. Okay. I'm not sure. I have a feeling you're trying to lead me down in a specific direction. I don't know where you're trying to take me. So if you could be more specific what you mean. I just don't really understand what you mean by how it helps you be type safe in form creation. So if you can explain that, that'd be sweet. Change a field name. Okay, I can do that. Change this to Kent. Oh, right. Yeah, that does help for sure. I think the name is the only prop where that would make an impact, or where this really helps. The other ones, if I change a name in the schema, where is the... Now this is interesting. Where's email and password coming from? Oh, whoa, hold on a second. What in the world? How is it getting email out of this? Is it reading the name and then triggering a re-render? Okay, so we're not in strict mode. So if I console log in here, hello. It's hard to tell because you never know how many times this thing is going to render. Okay, that's interesting. So it's not re-rendering. Oh, good grief. It's a proxy. Fascinating. And so the proxy is going to, oh my word. I think the way that this works is it says when you access the error property on email, it'll be like, oh, okay, let me go find your form and give you the error that exists for that form. Now, how does that work? Because on the initial render, like there could be an error. If we do min length of 3 and default value is h, then there actually should be an error there. But it's not going to be there. That's interesting. Something is wrong here. Because this min length of 3 should be triggering an error. I've got the min length there. Validity. It says it's valid. Oh, well, I mean, if HTML says it's valid, then I'm definitely wrong. What did I get wrong here? HTML min length. Am I doing min length wrong? Required min length is 3. Oh, okay, well, so now, interesting. I think that my guess is that the validity API will not consider something invalid unless the user has touched it. That is yeah, that is interesting. Yeah, it's too short. Huh. Okay. Well, what if I wanted to display an error before, like, we land on the page, you've got a little banner. It says, you've got a problem, some validation issue. Click on that. You go to this page, and I want to show that error message on the form. Just interesting. Very interesting. What are the other things that I get on these field sets? Email.config. Yeah, there are all those properties. Okay. Anyway, let's continue studying this. Yep, big fan of that. Yep, I love all that. A fours. Hello. The use form hook takes, let me move this over. Takes some state. We can provide errors from the server. I'm guessing you're talking about this one. State. Maybe initial report, but one of those. Yeah, that's fine. That's good. I figured there's probably a solution for that. I was just yeah, really kind of curious about the proxy idea. Seems cool. Okay, so we've got, yeah, then you've got your refine. So very similar, at least in this way, similar to, or this Zod schema is going to be the same. Validate, schema.validate. What else does the schema give me? Can I try this here? Let's open in Code Sandbox. Oh no, this is interesting. This one's not using the resolve thing. Huh. Is resolve not needed anymore, or? I was just kind of curious. Schema.validate was a thing, and so I was wondering what else there could be, because that's not a Zod schema thing. It must have been a resolve thing, but it looks like oh, maybe that helps with this piece, like it automates that piece or something. Related APIs, resolve. Okay, yeah, that's my guess. It happened. Okay, so this is just like the manual way to do it. And where's the set form error thing? Oh, okay. Got it. Yeah, this looks like it's probably the manual way to do it. And then if you use resolve, then you can just get a validate that has basically that, my guess. Code sandbox example is outdated. That makes sense. I've maintained libraries too. Create validate. Okay, if none of the schema resolves fit your requirements, you can set up validation manually. Create validate each field. Ooh, interesting. Huh, wow, lots of power right there. Yeah, that's this. Yeah, that's interesting. So here's what's kind of interesting about this is all of these that I've seen kind of assume that you can just put the messages in here and have the schema be at the module level, but I think I would need to be able to create the schema. Yeah, I think what I'd like to be able to do is have a function that returns this, that accepts translation utility or whatever, or a language locale probably, and then I can access the these validation strings. Yep, that's probably how I would do that. And then I would say I would call a function to and pass the translation thing. That's probably how I'll do that. Yeah, that's cool. And that would also work with Zorm. Yeah, very interesting. Okay, let's continue on to nested in this section. We will cover how to reconstruct or how to construct a nested data structure following naming convention conform. Utilize a name convention similar to how properties are accessed in object dot notation, yada yada yada. Okay, yep. You'll need to construct a submission object using create submission instead of from entries. Unless you can just not have this on submit and instead let the submit happen, a la remix. I think this is supposed to be, yeah, I think this is wrong. Isn't that supposed to be form? And then this should be form.ref, and then this should be form.props. In any case, that's fine. Oh, hey, we've got a name right there too. That's nice. I shouldn't have to do that, right? That should come from... Oh, but we're not using Zod in this example. Okay, this is just showing the nested capabilities. So normally I'd say amount fields. Here, actually, let's... Okay, I gotta open this code sandbox. Yeah, I did look at the internationalization example. Yeah, I think I saw what you did. I'm not sure how well that would integrate with existing internationalization libraries. And so I think what I'd rather do is what I was describing earlier, where I call a function and pass the error messages to the schema. So the schema can give me those error messages back. So I don't have to worry about error codes and stuff like that. Okay, so let me just try. So, you know what? Does this give me... Oh, it does. Okay. And value. So I say amount fields. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Wonder if there's a way to generate those options so I could just iterate over the list of options with Zod maybe. Internationalization library I'd like an example with. There's, oh, what is it called? I18 next. That's like the most popular one. I haven't used an internationalization library in quite some time. But this is the first one I'm going to try. Seems to integrate with everything, obviously. Very widely used, pretty de facto standard internationalization implementation. So this is the one I'm going to look at. But yeah, definitely still need to play around with this quite a bit. Okay, cool. So I've got nested. That's cool. Cover how to manage a dynamic list of fields with control buttons using use field list hook. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Control, remove, reorder, replace. Append. Okay. Create a new row. Prepend a new row. Remove, replace, and reorder. Work regardless if JavaScript is enabled or not. Yeah, let's check out the remix demo. How'd you do that? Wonder how this looks in Stack Blitz. We can compare. Bad gateway. Well, that's too bad. Well, that's too bad. Okay. This one working? Upgrade required. Oh, good. All right, Stack Blitz for the win. And this one's using Zod. Cool. Contents required, complete. Pre-process value is yes, then it's a Boolean. And to do schema, submission, parse. So this is in my action. Okay, so I get the form data, I parse that form data, I get my submission. To do schema, I safe parse that value. Huh. Submission is a submission object with record string in it. Okay, so submission. It's got an error, a type, or value. What is the type? String or undefined. Okay. Interesting. I wonder what that type could be. And then the result can be yeah, that's just from safe parse, how safe parse works. Get error comes from conform to Zod. Then we've got our error. So submission type. Where's this type thing? I think that's just a value on it, maybe. Validate. Huh. I gotta figure out what the submission type thing is. Is there a way to search? No, rats. Okay, I'm confused by the submission type thing, but it could be that this is outdated. I'm just concerned about that on submit thing. So it looks like it's just some way to say, hey, server, validate this stuff without actually doing anything or submitting anything or whatever. New project. Make app. Test things. Move to top. Delete. Cool. It's still unclear to me how this could possibly work without JavaScript. Good night, Esamati. I hope I'm saying your name right. So if we have errors, then we'll send it back. And then we have our state. Okay, interesting. So our state consists of whatever this submission is. Which includes error type and value. We're overriding the error property with an error which concatenates get error from the result with the error from the submission. Huh. So it looks like there are some docs that are maybe outdated. Some docs and examples. Here we go. Submission. I would change this from action to intent. The remix docs are doing that. And I think it's nice to not overload the term action. We're polluting the form data with information that is used for controlling the behavior of the form only. Command button. If the submitter's name is prefixed with conform, it will be excluded. Oh. Oh, so that's how that works. Okay. Interesting. Oh, okay. So that's how we're able to say that it works without JavaScript, because this actually does a submit. If I understand it correctly. So if I look at the network and I say add a task, no, there's no network there. 1, 2, move to top. Okay, let's say JavaScript is disabled. Add a task. Yeah, cool. New project. Oh, and I know why it doesn't do a submit, because we prevent default and handle it in the client. Interesting. Task 1, Task 2. Move to top. Ah, rats. Did not work as anticipated or as hoped. Okay, so that worked. And then that clears it all there. I think there's a bug there. I think that's supposed to work. Conform list. So the submission type isn't set, I'm guessing. Oh, let's just log the whole submission. Why not? So on that last submission, metadata, type, reorder scope, type list. Okay, it looks like this example we need to have, what if we say case list? Just let that fall through. Yep. That's interesting. Yeah, that's very interesting. Do I love it or do I not love it? I don't know. I think we do that also. And then if we enable JavaScript again, we'd say 1, 2, yeah, that's very interesting. Okay, I think I'm supposed to take a break now. I just centered just told me to give myself some gratitude, but I was the one who said that, so I'm giving myself gratitude. Good job, Kent. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. Even though I don't want to, I should. So we'll be back in a little bit, about 5 minutes. whoops. I turned that off because it's like shining in my face and it hurts my eyes after like multiple hours of going through this. Okay, so where did I leave off? Oh yeah, I was just looking through this. So I feel pretty good about what I'm seeing here. So yeah, that was the list bit here. Yeah, leave. I'll leave that open for a sec. Think I saw all of that. Yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Yeah, it's fascinating. Okay, advanced. In this section, we'll cover how to associate an input to a form using form attribute initialize event value. Oh, so I can provide my own ref. Oh no, that's something else. What? I think this example is in the wrong place. This doesn't have anything to do with the submitter thing. Okay, I think I've seen almost enough. Initial report on submit. Yeah, that is perfectly reasonable. Fallback native. Enable native validation before hydration. Interesting. Yeah, I guess. Default to false. No, because I'll validate on the server anyway. So default to false makes sense. Accept form submission regardless of form validity. Default to false. That makes sense. No reason hitting the server if we know on the client that it's invalid. A function to be called when the form should be revalidated. Or validated. Okay, I don't know when I would use. I think the conform to Zod will give me this validate function. And submit handler, the remix will let me handle that. Form props. Ref on submit and no validate. Makes sense. Work with custom form components like remix form. Yes. Coolio. But I'm going to use Zod for that. Yeah, at the moment I'm thinking React Zorm is good, but I really like conform. So I like what I'm seeing here. We're going to try this. Okay, capturing errors at the form field set level, removing the need to set up invalid handler on each field. I got it. That makes sense. Huh. Kind of wish that all these could be like these are separated. I would like them all to be in one object called ISBN under, fields or something. But I don't think that I'm going to be using this directly anyway, because I think I'll get all this out of Zod. I gotta double check something. Does this does add the HTML stuff onto it, right? Examples there. That's what I want. Just need to make sure this says, oh man. I thought, oh no, there we go. No, dang it. That's mind-blowing. These are server logs. Oh, that's so wild. Required undefined. I think, hmm. Hmm. I'm I thought that this handled HTML input, HTML yada yada. Where's, ah man, I thought that I saw that this would automatically add the HTML attributes, and it does not appear to do so. Add, let's see, so what I want is for conform, okay, this title.config, it's the use field set. So if I say form dot config dot Okay. Automatically apply HTML validation attributes based on Zod schema. Is it possible to have the utility auto apply HTML validation attributes based on the schema? Okay. Yeah, that's a shame. I thought that it did that. For some reason, I got the impression that it did that. In any case, I'm interested. I think it should be possible to do that. So I think I like the API better. So let's just try it finally. Here, let's see. Conform guide. Getting started. Let's see. Pull up the stack blitz again. Look at the package.json. We've got conform to React and conform to Zod, and then of course Zod. And that is it. Okay. Okay. Wow, where are all these remix validity state imports? How'd that happen? Yikes. Where's this remix auth form thing come from? Oh, right. Yeah, that's my, yeah, remix auth stuff. Okay, so the validity state, all this is going to go. And instead, we're going to import star as, or import z from Zod. Import a bunch of things. Yeah, well, let's make our schema first. So we'll have our login schema. Yep, thank you. Except this is a username. What are you complaining about? What? Okay, so clearly I don't know how Zod works. What is the difference between min, hold on, min, no docs, that's too bad. Max. Okay. And min 6, max 100. Okay. And then here we can say And then this would be why would I want to pretty or ignore that? Okay, cool. And I can do translation strings and interpolation and all that. So that's fine. We've got our schema, and then in our action, we do all of this stuff. Parse. Yeesh. There are a lot of parse things. Am I ever gonna find it? Probably not. So we're gonna import parse from conform Zod. I think, right? Man, parse is coming from React, huh? Not what I was expecting. Maybe this is using an old version of conform. Where is conform? Oh, 0.4. Aha, it's using an extra new version. Well, let's use the extra new version. There we go. Okay, so parse the form data, our login schema, safe parse submission value. Here we got a result. This get error thing, I'm still not sure I understand what that's for, but we're gonna use it. And then back over here, yeah, that just doesn't look very type safe to me. See if we go to onboarding. See, this has my username, password, all of that. Result, but that result ends up being okay. Okay, now I get all of that. That's nice. Yes, and we also have remember. All right, and how do we do checkboxes? Advanced, was it advanced? Checkbox, no. Okay. I think Zorm. Okay, so then I should get remember. Oh, and redirect to. Oh, I could probably even transform. Sweet. Now that's interesting. Here it's telling me this. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine because I'm doing a safe redirect. Without the transform, this will be undefined. Oh, that's so sick. Okay. Oh, right, we don't need to get the username and password because we're going to pass it along. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'll be right back, really quick. Okay, I'm going to wrap up here pretty soon, but I think we're almost there. So get rid of this thing, export default, login page, and then we use some of the React side of things. So grab all this stuff. Think my, yeah, okay. I think that's okay. Let's bring in use form. And this is going to be type of login schema. Login schema, safe parse. Oh, I don't need that because if I use the resolve thing, I don't know if this is new or old. Resolve. This would be from the Zod integration. Where's, yep. No, it looks like resolve is no longer a thing. Huh. Yeah, I think we keep that. I'll need to ask for a review of this stuff at some point. And we don't need a field list. So this is just that. We're going to have username, password, remember, and we can ignore redirect to. Oh, now this is one that would be nice. Along with this, it would be cool if you could give me a conform label so I don't have to manually set the ID and HTML4 to be the same between the label and input. Something similar to remix validity state. Note the use of prop getters over prop collections. And just also okay, sweet. I feel pretty well evaluated here. From here, I just need to set the class name. Yeah, okay, I can't do multi-cursor magic on that. Gotta do errors at some point. I just want to get those red lines gone so I can just try this. Yeah. Okay, what happened? Payload did not include everything. That's weird. Huh, now that I did not expect. The response is what I would expect for this request, but I'm very surprised by the fact that it did not include stuff that's clearly in the form. Weird. Okay, well, I'll have to pick this up tomorrow. I gotta go. Thanks everybody for hanging out. This was fun, and we'll see you probably tomorrow. Actually, no, we won't, because I am going somewhere. Tomorrow, I'm heading to Oklahoma City. Hooray! So that'll be fun. Thunder Plains. Yeah, so I will not be live streaming tomorrow. I'll be traveling tomorrow. Yeah, and for the rest of the week as well. So I will pick this live stream stuff back up next week. Actually, you know what? I won't. I won't be doing that because right after Thunder Plains, I'm coming home for just not even 24 hours and then taking off again to Raleigh for All Things Open. And I will be there for a couple of days until I finally come home. So I think if we go to kenseydodds.com/live, we will see that I will live stream on Friday. And this is as far as I've taken my schedule. Pretty sure I'll be live streaming for lots of this too. So anyway, yeah, thanks everybody for a good week. Got a lot done. Actually, you know what? One thing. Let's see if we can just do one thing really quick. Because I just noticed this. This is marked as completed. I don't know if it means it's been released. Merge commit doesn't appear in any tags, so it probably, yeah, it's probably not released yet. So I won't be able to use it anyway. That's too bad. But hooray for progress. Yeah, I think next week is when they're going to do that. So yeah, thanks everybody. We'll see you in the future. Bye.